Okay, here we are with the next match in the Road to Wololo tournament that I played. Playing against Kapak. It's a really good player. I did look him up. I guess he's ranked like 180th on the ranked ladder, so he does play really good. Um, I watched this replay a couple times. There's definitely a couple of mistakes that I make that I've kind of reviewed in depth. So start off dropping an Uvu immediately, my typical build, and picking up the sheep that are nearby. Plenty of sheep. He's putting 6 villagers onto food, dropping a second scout immediately, or his first scout, sorry. And yeah, he's just going heavy on food right now. The positions here are pretty much the same. I do like this map. It is fairly well balanced. He's got a side gold that is out of range of his TC. And this later on comes to kind of haunt me because I thought that his gold was in range of his TC, so I didn't raid it. And that was a really big detriment to me because I kind of prolonged my, or I let him age up pretty much without any aggression when I built fairly aggressive to begin with. So in this booming up, I drop a stable. And when you drop a stable, it's mostly because you're trying to rush aggressively, and I end up kind of rushing, but not really. So here at a minute and a half, he's starting to collect his gold and everything, and he's still got 8 on food, just the standard French build. And my build is pretty standard too, but when you're playing this, stable aggro, you really do have to start pressuring this earlier, and pretty much against all French players, you're always facing this early knight aggression, which is he's kind of prepping for, and uh, this was kind of, I guess you'd say, the straw that broke the camel's back because I found myself in a position where I wasn't able to really react how I wanted to, and this happens sometimes in ranked matches. So after this match, I worked on kind of a build order that will help me to be able to fight um, this this build a little bit better. So he's 8 on food, which is plenty for him to start aging up since he's only producing villagers, and he's got 5 on gold. So he's gonna click up to age up pretty much right now. Yeah, so he sends 5 villagers over, and he's got 3 um, on food, and one's going over to wood right now. I've built I've built my gur. I've got my stable up, and I've built 1 scout. So again, this is not a true rush. This is just kind of scouting him out, figuring out what's happening. In terms of vision, you can see I'm just starting to scout his base 3 minutes in, which is really late, and he's pretty much scouted the whole map. Versus my vision is like about half the map. So you can tell there he does a much better job in scouting everything. And I was pretty big too because he does end up picking up 12, so 22 sheep, versus I had like around like 12, 13, 14 sheep. We'll see right quick. I love how I'm highlighting a sheep and it's still not. Okay, well, anyways. So I've scouted his base, finally, and he's aging up. He's got 250 gold, and you can see that I've got 2 horsemen up finally. It's like the 4-minute mark. I've got 2 horsemen up, and it's just too late. It's too late. This stable build is so you can build you can put pressure on him early, and it's 5 minutes in, and I've only got 2 horsemen. So I haven't really fully committed to this. I'm doing like a pseudo boom, but not a full boom because I've committed to some aggression. But since I do only cav, He's gonna be cranking out knights here soon. He's got 350 gold on. He raided my gold a little bit, but nothing serious. And he's getting his wheelbarrow upgrade right now. So, here it is, basically 5 minutes in, and I still haven't raided, and I've only got a couple of horsemen to deal with it. He's starting his first night. I've tested a little, he's kind of hitting my Uber. I've tested it a little bit, and basically this one night is the same as 5 to 6 horsemen. And I haven't done any pressure. He's been free collecting gold. When I came by earlier, I didn't want to hit this because I was worried that I was in range of his TC, which was really a really bad mistake. And it looks like on Frisian Marsh, it's almost consistent that you get the gold is out of the TC range, which is nice. So his first knight is up. He's building another knight. He has constant villager production. I'm just starting to age up, and I'm only tapping up with 4. So, in other of my videos you guys have seen, I always, I recommend if you're up this late, tap up with 8 villagers, because you're really late on your age up time. So I'm trying to do some damage here with 3 horsemen and a scout, and it's just not enough. It's just not enough firepower here. And here comes the second knight, and I've basically been forced back out of this forward position pretty bad. And my con could have been there helping, which is also a mistake. So just too late on this aggressive build with the stable, and then way too late in terms of doing damage. He, on the other hand, is he's dropping an archery range. He wants to stay in feudal, which is a good move on his part. He's got plenty on wood, and he's just kind of going to work down my Uvu. A third knight's coming over, and there's nothing I can do, really. I'm trying to age up my horsemen. I don't know, in retrospect, it's probably not the best idea. So I'm trying to drop some Mangadai because I start kind of peppering here. He's got really good micro. He does have really good micro, and he's really attentive. You'll see how he plays. He's got very good micro, so I'm able to get some damage in on his knights without them charging me. But yeah, it's just I'm not gonna be able to do a lot in terms of damage. Yeah, he's taking 1 damage from my con arrow at a time, which is pretty crazy. So I just gotta kind of rotate out of this and just try to fight him a little bit. I've got my horseman upgraded, but it's not enough. Now that I've tested it, basically, you have to have the upgrade will make it so you can counter 1 knight with 4 horsemen instead of 5 to 6. So you really have to have a good mass. These are 4 horsemen, but they're beat up. He outmarkers me there with his knights here, and that's one kind of annoying thing with the Mangadai range. It's so small that it's pretty easy for you to get turned on. So he's cranking out archers. He's got a bunch of archers coming out. I could have been rotating these horsemen earlier and trying to pick up some of these archers. Now he's got a pretty solid archer mass. He's got constant archer production. While he's got these archers coming out, he's upgrading his chivalry, which is good. This reduced pressure from knights is compensated by full archer production. And these horsemen needed to be picking off these archers. If he had stuck at 4 and I'd been able to pick off 1, maybe 3 of these archers, and then been pestering with my Mangadai, this might have been a little bit more feasible. But at this point, with how aggressive I went with this early stable and Uvu, I didn't get any good returns on that, and I was, aggressive build, but passive play means you just basically did an aggressive build for no reason and lost time. When you're committing with an all-cav decision, especially against a French player, it's not a good idea. Because at this point, I could be probably, if I had gone for fast castle, I could be aging up right now, and his pressure would be you know, he can't really pressure me too much. So he kind of went for a feudal age aggression because I dropped that stable, and I never really fully committed to it, and that's a big problem. So now I'm at a spot where I can start thinking about just going for the age up, but it's too little, too late at this point because he's got such a military lead here. Yeah, his military's at 20, my military's at 11, and I can't do much in terms of fighting his army because of this nice little archer corps he has. He's got 10 archers, which will lose to my 6 Mangadai, but I can't get in there and skirmish him very well. You know, supposedly I'll outrange these archers, but it never really works like that. Okay, there we go. That's where it says 3.5 tower range. Yeah, so they have more range than me, so I can never get in there and really do anything. Finally rotated my horsemen, and I'm starting to pick off this, but this is a 12 archer mass. That should have been 4 to 5 archer mass that I've been picking off earlier. And then my horsemen, instead of staying right here in the line of the reinforcements, I could have picked off one more archer. But instead they're over here trying to fight a royal knight. And sure, we probably could have won this, but it was, again, too little too late. And, yeah, see, I'm trying to fight these archers over here, and it's just not a good idea. And so he almost snipes my con in one. I'm getting out with my horsemen, but again, when I had a chance to stop, I had a chance to stop this ball at 12, and now it's gonna be, that's 13, 14, 15, 16. So I could have fought that, and I could have you know, probably fought that one knight, but now it's basically out of control, this game now. He's got 27 military to my 11. And at this point, I was just trying to age up so I could kind of deal with his knights a little bit better. And I dropped the step readout, but again, it's just there's too much feudal aggression here for me to be able to deal with it. And I do a poor job of dealing with it. I just tick up this ram really fast too. So at this point, this is where, instead of garrisoning them here, I should have pulled them back to this step readout. Just let that front tower position fall. I'm kind of looking for a raid. He's transitioned his sheep or some of his villagers. Fish farming, which is a really good idea. He's also got to protect it, which is a smart idea that I could have been doing beforehand. So, right now we're not even the horseman doing that. I'm trying to kind of hold this position here. Kapok's, I believe he's aging up now. Yeah. Kapok's aging up. I don't know why it's not saying anything here. Usually it doesn't age or something. Just taking up after I've aged up. But he's got, you know, 35 army to my. I think I've got like 6 army. Completely done with at this point. I'm just moving these away, sending some 7 villagers with food still on them, a lot of food. And it's just definitely, it's been over for a while now. It's that late aggressive play, the aggressive play with late transition is just over. You know, behind this he's got 50 eco, and I've got 25. So I've lost a few eco, my eco's gonna keep up, I've been mismatched a bit, and you know, right now I'm ranking elsewhere, and I've got no villager production for a while, so total misplays on my part. I'm not able to do much to fight him. And it was just a dominant game by Kapok. We'll kind of see in terms of my build or what I did. Now that I've kind of refined the build, we'll kind of do some other stuff. Hopefully here in another match, or I can show you the build order. I might do a build order video. And just desperate towers at the end here trying to hold on. It's not gonna do much. He's got a second ram coming. I wanted to drop these so I could get spring odin placements, and it's just too little, too late. Spring odins do decent damage, but to those rams, but it's not enough to stop it. And yeah, so he just attacks my villagers. I have to garrison them. Second tower's not gonna come up. So yeah, pretty tough loss, but Capok's a really good player, and I came in with kind of a build that I didn't fully commit to. I didn't have a really strong plan in mind, and when you come in kind of with only half a plan, this is against a good player. This is what's always going to happen. And this happens to me sometimes in ranked matches against French players. So I've been breaking down the build, and I think against France, the players really just do a stable, even before they have a strong archer, horseman harass on their gold before they've even started mining. So yeah, it was a good game by Kapok, really well played. He went on to go to, I want to say, quarterfinals. So he's a really good player. For the next time I play, I'm gonna try to do just so we can see real quick with the new build I'm gonna try to do, and I'm gonna kind of show you guys too. I'll be able to have my first horseman out at around the 50-second mark, or I'm sorry, the 1 minute 10 mark, and I will be able to basically be raiding across a Frisian marshes kind of distance at around the 130 140 mark. And so here we're gonna see if I had done that properly, this build properly, I'd be right around here with my cav right now. At 140, I'd be sure that gold base. Versus this build at 130, at the time with a fast horseman pressure, at the time that I'm just building a stables, I would have a horseman basically right around here. And at the most, at 140, I would have a horseman here, hitting this, possibly getting the raid, and keeping him off of gold when he's at basically 100 gold. And this would have delayed his age up time a lot. So that's kind of what we're going to do in terms of dealing with French players from now on, and especially on Frisian matches. But we're gonna try that and see how it goes. Anywho, thanks for watching, and the next matches we're gonna upload are the Saturday matches that were free for all tournament. So yeah,